The Nile had turned to blood, yet Pharaoh's heart remained stubborn. 7 days passed, and still the king of Egypt refused to listen. So the Lord spoke to Moses again. Go to Pharaoh and say to him, "This is what the Lord says. Let my people go so that they may worship me. If you refuse to let them go, I will send a plague of frogs on your whole country. This would not be a small inconvenience, it would be overwhelming." The Lord declared that frogs would come up from the Nile and cover the land of Egypt. They would enter houses, bedrooms, and beds. They would fill the houses of officials and the homes of the people. They would even jump into ovens and kneading bowls. There would be no escape. So Moses and Aaron went before Pharaoh once more, and at God's command, Aaron stretched out his hand over the waters of Egypt. Suddenly, frogs began to emerge. From the Nile they came, from canals, ponds, and streams. They spread across the land in numbers beyond counting. They filled the streets. They covered the floors of homes. They crawled into beds and kitchens. Everywhere the Egyptians turned, frogs were there. Even the magicians of Egypt were able to bring up frogs through their secret arts. But their power only made the problem worse. Soon the land was overwhelmed. At last, Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron. "Pray to the Lord to take the frogs away from me and my people," he pleaded, "and I will let the people go to offer sacrifices to the Lord." Moses agreed and prayed to God, and the Lord answered. The frogs died in the houses, in the courtyards, and in the fields. The Egyptians piled them into great heaps, and the land was filled with their terrible smell. But once Pharaoh saw that there was relief, his heart hardened again. He broke his promise, and he refused to listen, just as the Lord had said. The battle for Israel's freedom was far from over.